Dale Earnhardt in car number 2 as a rookie to watch in this race.
I admired everything about my dad.
Look at that precision driving right to the line.
Dale Earnhardt is champion.
I admired how dedicated he was to racing.
Dale Earnhardt, one tough customer, gives the thumb.
There's a storm brewing in NASCAR Nation, and it's got everything: legacy, betrayal, and one name at the center of it all: Teresa Earnhardt. If you thought the story of Dale Earnhardt Sr. ended with his final race, think again. The new Amazon Prime docuseries, Earnhardt, ripped the cover off decades of family drama, and now fans can't stop talking about the woman they're calling the Wicked Witch of the South. When Amazon Prime dropped the Earnhardt documentary, fans expected a heartfelt tribute to one of NASCAR's greatest legends, and at first glance, that's exactly what it was. With throwback footage, raw interviews, and deep insight into Dale Sr.'s journey from humble beginnings to racing royalty, the series struck a powerful emotional chord. But as the episodes progressed, something unexpected happened. The narrative shifted. And suddenly, it wasn't just about Dale Earnhardt Sr., it became a story about the people left behind. And no one drew more fire than Teresa Earnhardt. From the beginning, fans were glued to the screen, watching as Dale Jr. and his sister Kelly peeled back the layers of their family history. What they revealed didn't just break hearts, it enraged an entire fan base. They spoke openly for the first time about their strained relationship with their stepmother, and the reactions were immediate and unforgiving. Social media lit up, Reddit threads exploded, and Teresa's name was dragged through the digital mud. But how did it come to this? It starts with control. Specifically, control over Dale Earnhardt's legacy and the empire he built. After Dale Sr.'s tragic death at Daytona in 2001, Teresa inherited everything. That included Dale Earnhardt Inc., the family business, as well as control over personal items, memorabilia, and even his burial site. At first, she allowed the family to visit the grave, but that access didn't last. Kelly Earnhardt Miller dropped a bombshell in the documentary, revealing that she hasn't returned in years, saying flat out, "She's so extreme that we might get arrested." Fans were stunned. The idea that Dale Jr. and Kelly might be banned, or worse, arrested for visiting their father's grave was too much, and the backlash was swift. Comments flooded in from longtime fans, many furious that Teresa seemed to be gatekeeping Dale Sr.'s memory. One Reddit user didn't hold back. She tried to blame Dale Jr. for the poor performance of the team when she was the one letting the team rot. This wasn't just about a grave, it was about December. Dale Earnhardt Inc. was supposed to be a dynasty. With Dale Jr. at the wheel, many believed the team was destined for greatness. But behind the scenes, a Cold War was brewing. Dale Jr. has rarely opened up about the real reasons he left DEI for Hendrick Motorsports in 2007, but the docuseries changes that. He finally pulled back the curtain, revealing that money was never the issue. In a past ESPN interview, he said, "There's some things you can't get with money: peace of mind and satisfaction." That peace, it turns out, was impossible to find under Teresa's management. NASCAR veteran Kenny Wallace chimed in with his own theory. If Dale Jr. and Teresa had been able to work things out, Jr. might have won it all. But instead, the split fractured his team, breaking apart his partnership with crew chief Tony Eury Sr., and Tony Eury Jr. fans were left wondering what might have been. But this isn't just about racing. It's about family, or the lack of it. Kelly spoke candidly in the docuseries about what it was like growing up in the Earnhardt house. She didn't sugarcoat anything. Living with her father and Teresa, she said, wasn't a warm, loving environment. There was emotional distance, a lack of connection. In the absence of a traditional family unit, she and Dale Jr. clung to each other, forming a bond forged by survival. And then came the ultimate gut punch. Years ago, Teresa reportedly sued Kerry Earnhardt, Dale Sr.'s son from a previous relationship, for using the Earnhardt name in his business ventures. That move drew even more criticism, painting her as someone more interested in trademarks than family ties. Fans felt like the kids got the short end of the stick, even after their father's passing. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Dale Jr. dropped a bombshell of his own. On an episode of his podcast, The Dale Jr. Download, he shared a wild story from his childhood. a memory passed down through family gossip and legend. According to Dale Jr., his mom Brenda and Teresa once got into a physical fight, and it wasn't just words, it was a full-on front porch smackdown. His Aunt Kathy backed up the tale, laughing as she described what went down. Dale Sr. showed up to drop off the kids, and for whatever reason, he thought it was a good idea to bring Teresa. Brenda, understandably, wasn't having it. And as Dale Jr. put it, Mama snapped. His grandma, the late Martha Earnhardt, even got a chuckle in saying, "I hope Brenda won, didn't she?" According to the family, she did. The story might sound like a backwoods soap opera, but for many fans, it explained a lot. It revealed just how long-standing the tensions were and how deep the wounds still run. Fans aren't just mad at Teresa because of what they saw on screen. They're reacting to years of buildup, finally confirmed in public. Even the nickname Wicked Witch of the South made a comeback. NASCAR Twitter revived the moniker, once again painting Teresa as the villain in this all-too-real racing saga. And when fans weren't calling her a witch, they were comparing her to Cinderella's evil stepmother, claiming that DEI should have been passed down to Dale Jr. as the rightful heir. But here's where it gets even more complicated. Dale Jr. hasn't entirely written Teresa off. In a 2024 interview, he made it clear that he respects her efforts in one key area, protecting his father's legacy. She's done a really good job protecting Dad's legacy and taking care of that over the years he sells. It's a surprisingly measured take, considering everything that's happened. But that's Dale Jr. for you. Even when he has every reason to be bitter, he keeps it civil. Still, that civility doesn't erase the pain, and it doesn't stop the questions. Why hasn't the family been able to come together? Why did DEI fall apart? Why were Dale Jr. and Kelly forced to walk away from something that should have been theirs to carry on? The Earnhardt documentary doesn't answer every question, but it does shine a light on the shadows fans have long suspected. It confirms the rumors, validates the frustrations, and most of all, it humanizes a story that had always felt just out of reach. Fans didn't just watch the series, they felt it. And when it comes to Teresa Earnhardt, they've made their judgment loud and clear. Maybe she believed she was doing what was best. Maybe she truly thought she was honoring Dale Sr.'s memory. But for the Earnhardt children and for the fans who loved them, those choices came at a steep price. And in the court of public opinion, redemption won't come easy. This isn't just another NASCAR drama, it's a legacy war, one that started the moment Dale Earnhardt took his final lap and continues to this day. And as for Dale Jr.'s wife speaking out, she didn't need to say much, because the documentary said it all. If you found this story as wild as we did, hit that like button, subscribe for more NASCAR drama, and drop a comment. Whose side are you on in the Earnhardt legacy battle?